Welcome to Our Kids, sponsored by Jefferson County Public Schools. I'm Atherton High School correspondent Carmen Everson. This March, we'll take a look at new classroom management methods. We'll see how students are connecting with the world, and we'll check out an all-female welding competition. Let's start at Stopher Elementary. A fifth grader was cast in a national production of Hits, the musical. The show will tour in 48 states this spring and comes to Louisville in April.
You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. My name is Carson Taylor, and I'm in Hits the Musical. I'll be there. We have to dance and sing and act, and it's like kind of like I collaborate with different people to make like a really great show.
They picked 22 singers and 10 dancers.
Out of 7,000, out of the nation, it was 7,000 people that auditioned.
Some of the places we're going to be driving by bus, and we're going to 48 states, and a couple places that we're going to will have to go on plane.
So I'm able to travel with her, and then Kevin and I will switch out, and he's going to join the, we're going to take turns basically for the tour.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so lonely about that place.
Well, Carson is, she's a sweet little girl. She has, her personality is oftentimes bigger than her. Ever since she's maybe about 3 or 4, we noticed that she took a liking, to the arts.
Carson is a great kid. She's got a great personality and super talented, and I was pretty impressed to know that she could compete on such a level to be able to tour the nation.
When Carson and I went to the audition, there were like 200 or 300 kids there, and I thought, wow, this is bigger than what I thought. And when Carson did her first audition, even though they were in a room, I was outside the room. I could hear the Hits cast member, in just the tone of her voice, like, "Oh my goodness, what's your name? How old are you?" And Carson was like, "Carson, I'm 9. I'll be 10 this Saturday."
It's really fun because I get to meet new people, and I get to sing. I get to do what I like. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
My hopes is that she learns life lessons, learning how, to deal with, people, learning how to manage your time, learning how to develop a strong work ethic.
We're going to be performing at the Brown Theater on April the 8th.
It's really and truly, a blessing. And, we thank God, every day for giving her, that opportunity and that chance. It's just surreal. And then to be around, I'm getting choked up, but.
And then maybe one day she'll come back and share her talents with her friends at Stopher.
We don't know what's in store, but I think baby girl can do whatever she wants. I really do.
Yeah.
Totally. I really want to do it my whole life. Just call my name and I'll be there.
Teachers at Marion C. Moore Middle School are using the Modern Classroom Project. It is an innovative program that allows students to learn at their own pace and achieve subject mastery.
So we are at Marion C. Moore, and we are learning using the Modern Classroom.
The question is the line part of the drawing with the dot?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a blended instruction, so I've created videos, pulled videos off of YouTube. Students are able to work at their own pace. I'm not up yelling, lecturing, telling students to look at me, pay attention. It's very much that I can rotate to all of my different groups and help the students based where they're at.
You can watch the video lessons on Google Classroom if you weren't here. It is a lot of front loading for me where I create video lessons for the students to watch, but after that they're able to work at their own pace and they're able to go back and redo things that they haven't been able to be successful at in meeting mastery.
It's different because if we can work ahead if we need to. If the class is working on something different, we can work ahead.
I really like that aspect of where I can individually target students' needs. It might be half the class is ready to move on, half of them aren't, or it might be 4 or 5 students are missing remedial skills from 6th grade or elementary skills, and I'm able to check in with them and really target those learning gaps to close them to move on to the next skill or even get caught back up to grade level.
I mean, I like being at this page because I don't have to be behind when I know I can be ahead.
Better to probably like work at my own pace.
So there's only 2 parts of your guided notes for lesson 3. Being able to move on to the next task and not have to wait for everybody else is just almost completely resolved all of my behavior problems in the classroom.
I get to work at my own pace because Ms. Krogan doesn't make us work at the same pace that everybody else works at. So we get to, it's basically, we're independent.
So what are you working on this one specifically? So it's very much a student-centered classroom. Before, it was a lot of, we're not paying attention, come on, let's get together, we need to be working. So it's very much, and students have taken initiative that they need to have this done by this date, because they know if it's not done by this date, they'll get a bad grade.
Like, we have to have a certain thing done by Friday, and then we have a test on what we did throughout the whole week.
Oh, I love it. I would never go back to traditional teaching.
Discover the World is a program at Central High School where students engage in multicultural activities. The local group River Lotus Lion Dancers came to celebrate the Lunar New Year with drumming and dance.
Discover the World is a new program that we started here at Central High School. The emphasis is on bringing cultural awareness and global competence to our students. And today we had the River Lotus Lion Dancers join us to celebrate Lunar New Year and showcase to the kids just amazing community groups and bridge that gap between the school and the community.
When they started expressing the music, the rhythm, I saw a bunch of other people that haven't maybe experienced this before or were aware about it, really come to realization this culture is very beautiful. This is something that should be known even if you don't celebrate it.
It was amazing. I'll be honest, we have been studying this celebration for the past few weeks, but this was just beyond imagination. We honestly just thought it was going to be a small celebration. Then out of nowhere, we see the River Lotus group come in, and we all knew what was going to happen. We all knew this was going to be epic, and then as soon as the dragon started coming up stage, I could feel the energy and the rush.
The mechanics of the dragon is beautiful. The eyes, the mouth, the lights. There's I have videos now that I'm gonna share it forever. The dragon just right up in my face.
I think there's something that speaks highly about being immersed in an experience, feeling the beat of a drum, seeing the colors of a cultural costume, and hearing the music, meeting the people, talking with people face to face. We're so immersed sometimes in technology that it's nice to have a break in that and really kind of get a sense of really what the community's about firsthand.
To me, it's amazing. I love learning about new things. Especially, being at Central High School, we're a school of excellence, and we kind of do a little bit of everything within our magnets and now within these clubs, I would say, Discover the World.
So Discover the World is a 45-minute time period once a week that students get a chance to go to a new teacher and engage in activities that just sort of take a break from the academic school day and expose them to different discussion topics, different community events, different ways of thinking about the world around them.
I mean, as a minority myself, I know how it feels for other people to not know where you even come from or to assume. And so I feel the more that we learn about other cultures, the more that we can just grow to be better people ourselves in our normal lives. And so high school is supposed to prepare us for the future, whether that's going off to college or not. And so in real life, I want to be a nice person. And I feel you can't be a nice person if you just don't know about other people that aren't just yourself.
We're having kind of a big opportunity here to be aware of other cultures and celebrations, because that's kind of what Discover the World is all about.
The PRP High School girls bowling team has had the same head coach for more than 20 years. Coach Don Imes had polio as a child, but he hasn't let that stop him. He continues to inspire his team to stay motivated.
On the state championship, there's only been 2 years that we did not go to the Sweet 16. Out of all the other years, only one time that we did not finish in the top 3.
Oh, it's awesome. Shows me that we can do whatever we want to. We're a family, honestly. That's what I feel when I walk into this bowling alley, is I'm walking just back in with a group of my family.
I don't take credit for it. I don't walk around patting me on the back about it. I kind of shush people away when they want to give me credit for it. It's these guys. They're the ones throwing the ball, not me. I've got an actual 300 and I've got an actual 800 series. So these kids, I think they see that I can do it with what I've had to deal with. If he can do that, I can do that.
Amazing, honestly.
He's really nice. He will be a little strict sometimes when it's down for the count and we really gotta focus, but he always makes sure that we're comfortable and cheers us on no matter what.
I'm just coach. That's all I know.
Correspondent Natalie Harris shows us how Pleasure Ridge Park High School students are preparing for their senior backpack presentations.
Seniors have been preparing for weeks. Now it's time for all that hard work to pay off. Senior Africa Iteka says she spent countless hours working on her backpack presentation.
We began working on our backpack presentations in our English class, and personally that wasn't enough time for me, so I also worked on it at home, and then I made sure to turn it in before winter break so that whenever I got back I could just focus on like making the little spelling changes and stuff like that. And then once we got back, I realized that I had a lot of edits to make, and so I unsubmitted it and resubmitted it like 1,000 times, but I got it in on time.
Uploading assignments and artifacts to your backpack every year is extremely helpful in completing your backpack presentation.
So since freshman year, I've been uploading different assignments into our digital backpacks so that it would be easier for me once I became a senior. I highly suggest that everybody does this because once you upload it, you can write a little description about what it was about and how it relates to the different section that you want to put it in. And it just saved me a lot of time senior year.
Every senior will work on completing their backpack presentation in their senior English class.
To prepare seniors for the backpack defense, I introduce what the backpack presentation is, what they will need to put in their backpack artifact-wise, and the best preparation for individual students is to conference with them individually about what they have in their digital backpack and which artifacts would work the best for each category.
The selection process that I went through to pick out my artifacts was I pretty much looked at all the things that I already uploaded into my digital backpack, and then I went through and looked at the things that I thought was a little bit more special, stuff that didn't necessarily have to do with like schoolwork, like more volunteer-based stuff, and things that I do outside of school that really showed my personality.
Students at Atherton High School have helped collect scarves for a special purpose.
Our reach is amazing. We have sent nearly 30,000 scarves. They have gone to all 50 states and 34 countries. When we just get emails and notes back from our scarf recipients and they tell us how much that their scarf meant to them and the letter of encouragement that was carried with it from another survivor, you just realize that you're making a difference in somebody's life who is going through a really hard journey.
The MSA chose Hope Scarves as our partner organization because we believe that it's important to not only bring a sense of purpose to scarves for other people's like journeys, but also for our own. As Muslims, we do wear the scarf a lot, especially Muslim women. So having that connection with other people who use it to protect themselves and us who use it to protect ourselves, I think it's very important, and so that's why we chose to do it.
We've got more JCPS stories coming up. Stay tuned.
This is where we're going, to a future with endless possibilities and new opportunities. And we're doing this together. Jefferson County Public Schools is transforming public education with your help. We are moving forward with a bold vision to engage and empower learners so that all students can thrive. By building modern, welcoming, innovative schools that inspire learning inside and out. Designing personalized, hands-on experiences that make discovering new ideas meaningful and fun. Connecting all students to the global community and equipping them with state-of-the-art technology so learning can take place anywhere, anytime. Led by a top-notch team of teachers, leaders, and staff behind a common goal, giving every child the tools and resources they need to succeed, no matter where they live or what school they attend. With you, JCPS is crafting a new narrative, one that gives students and their families real choices to attend thriving schools closer to home. offering equal access to robust schools and programs across the community that ignite students' interest and fit how they learn best. And we're doing all of this while cultivating a sense of belonging and pride in our students and staff.
This is the next chapter for JCPS.
This is our story.
Come imagine it with us.
I love my school.
My teachers care about me and my success.
JCPS has prepared me for what's next.
I am JCPS.
I am JCPS.
I am JCPS.
Welcome back to Our Kids. I'm Atherton High School correspondent Carmen Everson. More than 40 high school girls from across Kentucky competed in the first Future Women of Welding competition. PRP High School and their Academies of Louisville business partners hosted the event.
Welcome to the first annual Future Women of Welding competition. There has never been a competition of this type. The numbers of the young ladies that are getting into this trade are growing immensely.
Safety is our first priority. Please do not get hurt. Clamp your pieces in there tight.
I think it's cool that we get to come here into a competition because there's a bunch of other girls from a bunch of different schools, and you get to test out your skills and you get to see like how other people evaluate and make up their decisions on how they build stuff and like what they do first.
I think it's awesome. I get to build character as a young adult, and then right after high school I can go on and have a future that even adults can't have. I love the opportunity.
The numbers of the young ladies that are getting into this trade are growing immensely.
Just trying to get like my measuring tape and like wire and stuff so it's easier for me to come and go.
This is the first time that there has been a competition of this type. And I've always had an idea of wanting to do an all-female welding competition because I think it's important not just to include this group being as small as it is, but to celebrate the opportunity for them to be in such a trade such as it is.
There is a huge push right now for people to get into the skilled trades, especially women.
I'm working on the competition to work on my skills so that in the future, whenever I go into welding for whatever part that I want to be in, I can kind of test my skills and see how I'm going.
We've had almost $15,000 donated in prizes and such, so it's a really good event. Welding jobs have never, through the pandemic, through any type of recessions, welding jobs have never stopped. Welders have always had jobs.
The level 3 project, which is going to be your seniors, that's going to challenge them in the process of TIG and stick welding. They're going to do some oxy fuel as well. All positions are going to do it overhead. They'll have sparks showering on them and all that good stuff, so that's really, that's the life of a welder.
So my dad, he's a millwright. He's been in welding for like as long as I knew, and he actually showed me it whenever I was like maybe 5, and I just stuck with it, and I thought it was really cool. And you don't see a lot of girls do it, and it's not publicly shown, so being able to be a girl welder and do that, it's cool. So that's why I wanted to do it. That's how my future's going so far.
I think it's great, the camaraderie that they see with each other, with the instructors, with all the entities that are here with this celebration.
But at the end, we're going to measure all of their welds. We're going to make sure that the blueprint matches the project, that they built. So we're going to check, dimensions. We're going to look at the quality of the weld, the size of the weld.
Many doors are open. They can write their own ticket.
Dunn Elementary School has a team that's determined to help keep the grounds of the school looking nice and clean. They call themselves the Green Team.
All right, Team 1, Team 2, let's do this.
Every Wednesday, plant operator Keith Wakefield gets help keeping Dunn Elementary nice and clean.
Grab that out of that little bush right there. You see what I'm talking about? I tell them, you're like on an elite team. It's not like everybody is on this team.
The Green Team helps every week for 20 minutes to help beautify their school.
Well, I actually really love nature, and I know how much the environment needs to be cleaned up.
So they clean.
I'm helping pick up trash and leaves and giant branches and sticks and stuff.
Not only do they get to be outside, the kids have a big sense of pride.
You feel good.
I get to walk into school every day and see how fresh the school looks.
Even though the team is green with experience, Wakefield notices sprouts of positivity.
I think the word is like a compassion, if you will. It's more like they show that caring. And not only do they show it in like the things that they do, but they show it toward each other.
Compassion is one aspect students are learning, as well as keeping their community clean.
I think if we can get it to that point, you'll have a school that's going to be a pretty good, clean school.
Louisville Male High School wrestling team competed for the first time in program history for a team state title.
Male senior Caden Lynn had an interesting road to the wrestling team.
My father did wrestling when he was in high school, and he kind of made a sly remark. He said, "You probably couldn't make it 1 year in wrestling." That was last year. I basically spat in his face with, "I did it, and I'm gonna do it again."
And in his second year of wrestling, the heavyweight is a team captain. Another captain, Trevor Willems, has been a part of the wrestling team all 4 years. Teams that were used to being overlooked.
For a while, we've always been the bottom team, the team that couldn't get any wins, the team that was everybody expected to beat.
Male wrestling has never competed for a team state title. Despite the fact that there was no precedent, that was always the goal, although an elusive one.
It's something that we've written on the walls. Every year we made it a team goal. We made it a big post on our Instagram page this year that it was our goal to go to state duels.
And then it finally happened. For the first time in the 11-year history of the program, the male Bulldogs will be competing for a state championship as a team.
I shed a few tears. We hid it behind the paperwork.
It feels great because at least I know when I'm 40 I can talk about something.
While the team is focused on not just participating in state, but winning it, Lynn says he's not losing sight of the fact that history was made.
It's always possible to break a record, but if you're the first one to do something, there would never be another first one to do something.
And as it turned out, proving his dad wrong worked out fairly well.
Not only did I make it through conditioning, I made history.
Students at Stonestreet Elementary found their school transformed into a winter wonderland. Staff stayed late to set up the ultimate snow day for students, with snowball fights, hot chocolate, and horse-drawn carriage rides.
Sipping cups of ice-cold cocoa made by snowmen mothers.
All right, have a seat. Take a seat in the video. Scoot all the way over. Feet down, not allowed.
Have you all ever been on the carriage before? It's so fun!
Students from across the state participated in the Kentucky Youth Assembly in Frankfort.
Kentucky Youth Assembly, and it is a 3-day experiential learning field trip where we go to the Capitol for part of that, and we assume the role of legislators in Frankfort, and we propose changes to the law to improve the state of things in our Commonwealth. So I work with the Y to be just the person who gets all the paperwork through and everything, but I'm sort of the connection to make sure that the students get this opportunity.
For KYA, I did Media Corps, which was basically running around the Capitol and taking a bunch of pictures of everyone, as well as a hotel. It was a lot of fun. So you basically had free access to anywhere in the building, which I did take advantage of a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Especially in the Capitol as well, you just were able to go anywhere you wanted to, especially if there was like a certain group of people, like from Atherton or from Ballard or Trinity, and you could just roam.
So what an attorney is we participate in a moot court competition that lasts the entirety of KYA, and we prepare for a couple weeks before the conference to write an argument for the appellate and appellee sides.
of the case. This year we used RB v. Commonwealth, which is a case that's actually been done in Kentucky, so it's a real case. And yeah, we just debate all day. We debated all day today, and it was great. It was really fun.
I wanted to be an attorney so I could gain some real life experience, and so I could also see a new side of KYA and get to just experiment and have fun with things.
With that, we actually got to ride with justices and PO officers, which we got to discuss different things like the constitutionality or unconstitutionality of bills that were being presented in the House and the Senate, or we could discuss the different documents with the justices and debate how documents could support RB or the Commonwealth.
KYA 3!
Congratulations to 3 Manual High School students who have won the Congressional App Challenge.
We are recognizing 3 DuPont Manual students for winning the Congressional App Challenge. Nathan Anil, Sai Javadi, and Prasit Dunagal are juniors. The competition is focused on design and coding. The 3 received the award for their app, Crowded, which allows community members to join cleanup events to improve our city. And they came up with this idea while they were at the Ohio River and noticed there was a lot of trash in the area.
The JCPS Flash Dad stopped by Indian Trail Elementary to give the students a big welcome.
We are at Indian Trail Elementary School this morning for our Flash Dads that we do once a month, where we get men from the community to come into the school and welcome students to the school, give them high fives, shake their hands, tell them good job, you look good, stay in school, we're proud of you, things like that. Give them positive affirmations to get their day started so that they can hopefully have a great day at school and have a great month. It's really priceless. Every time they come in, you never know if you're going to see a huge smile, you're going to see a shocked face. This morning when they got off the bus, they heard the music, they heard people clapping and slapping fives, and they took off running to see what was going on. So it's just always rewarding. Even the guys that come, it does more for the men to come to support the initiative than even the students, because they always say how much it changes their lives and how excited they are about their day after seeing all the smiling faces and the difference that they make in the students' lives by just simply showing up and telling them good job and they were proud of it. Let me see that smile. Have a good day.
JCPS held vaccination clinics at schools with large numbers of unvaccinated students. The students had the chance to get the MMR vaccine, as well as the COVID-19 and flu vaccines, with a properly filled out authorization form from a parent or guardian. JCPS urges parents and guardians to check their child's immunization status and make sure they are up to date. Thanks for watching our show. You can find entire episodes on our JCPS YouTube channel. Until next time, keep supporting our kids.